Hi, my name is Ben. I am here to teach my friend Bryce how to do an ollie on a skateboard today. Hello, Bryce.
So, Ben?
Alright, so this is the skateboard. There's a couple things that we need to do to be able to do an ollie.
Okay.
First is we got to find our stance.
What's a stance?
Stance is which foot we put first on the skateboard, and that differs between people if you're righty or lefty. So the way I like to find out what your stance is or what foot you're putting first on the skateboard, I take the analogy of what you would put first when you slide into second base. So imagine you're sliding into second base, and what foot would you put first into the bag?
You go with the left.
Okay, so you are a regular-footed skateboarder. I am a goofy-footed skateboarder. What that means is I put my right foot forward. Most of the people that skateboard put their left foot forward. So you're regular-footed, I'm goofy-footed, but for teaching and learning purposes, it really doesn't matter. How much skateboarding experience do you have?
I'd say I could ollie half the time, maybe 15 years ago. So we're looking at not much.
Not much, and it's been a while.
It's been quite a while.
So the combination. So it's fair to say you're...
It's fair to say that I'm probably going to embarrass myself on this training exercise.
Okay, so embarrassment I would put in the category of beginner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Beginner.
Semi-embarrassment is amateur, and no embarrassment, I guess, would be professional.
There you go.
Okay, so next thing I want to go over is the parts of the skateboard. This is important, especially for instruction, so you know where to put your feet and what people are talking about and get the terminology down, as well as how the skateboard functions, and it gives you the understanding of how the theory works of doing an ollie. All right, first thing we have the deck. It is the wood part of the skateboard. It is the whole wood part. Now, the tail is the back end of the wood part that has a lip, and the nose is the front end of the skateboard that has a lip as well.
How do you know which is the tail and which is the nose? They look the same to me.
One is actually bigger than the other. If you look at it, you'll be able to tell.
Let's see this. So this is the tail.
That's the tail.
Alright.
And a lot of the time, if you can't tell right off the back, you look for the end that's most worn, because that's the end that's going to be hitting the ground most.
Most abuse.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right, so we have the deck. All right, on the top of the deck, you can see the trucks. If you flip them over, these are the trucks. When you lean from side to side, this is what actually steers you and turns. This is your suspension, so to speak, if you were going to compare it to a car. Just like a car, you have wheels. In those wheels, you have bearings.
Makes sense.
All right, so the bearings sit on the axles of the trucks, which is connected to the deck. So basically we have our tail, we have our nose, we have our deck, we have our trucks, we have our wheels, we have our bearings. Okay, now we can get into, do you have any questions about that?
Well, I'm looking at the trucks right here.
Yeah.
And the placement, does it matter if how they're placed in the front or the back? Because I see the axle is facing this way, and the tail and then it's facing forward.
Well, if they're not facing the right direction,
You
you're going to turn. You're not going to turn at all, but you'll be able to see that this has a V with the logo on it, and then the outside of it here